Hey, what's up, guys? Back on the deck profile here. You guys have seen the ban list. We've talked about it multiple times on this channel. Whatever I got my boy Grant here with me, brother. I appreciate you coming on, bro. You guys love Grant, and he's got his Spright deck profile here. There's an inside joke with that, which if you see me at a regional, you'll probably get it. This deck's insane, right?
I mean, the big thing about this deck is it just puts out such a diversity of a board.
It does.
And it's such a large board,
right? Yeah.
It can play through interactions. It can play through interactions on your opponent's turn. The whole idea of the deck is just to steer them exactly where you want them. And you can do it. So I've played about 20 matches with this deck in the last week or so. I have dropped a single match. And so I think it's really, really good. So here's the list. We are playing
60 cards, boys.
58 cards.
Sorry, 50.
Well, it's all good. Close enough to 60. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll start off 3 blue. Obviously, blue is the best Spritic. 3 jet, again mandatory and very, very self-explanatory. 2 red and 2 carrot.
Yeah.
People get caught up. Some people are like two and one of each of them, or like one and one, and I'm like, listen, man, these cards are it's an interaction no matter what.
They're also extenders.
You're getting a spell, spell and trap or a monster negate every time.
Yeah.
It
covers your matchups inherently.
Yeah.
So.
And it also allows you to always combo for what you need.
Exactly.
The whole thing with Sprites is that there's so many different level 2s. You have a lot of different options of what you're going to get off a Gigantic. This allows you to really streamline the combo and allow it to be as effective, but also as diverse in the interactions that you want. You want to be able to put up an Omni or 2, right? You want to be able to put up a monster negate or 2, a spell and trap negate or 2.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of different things.
Also, too, I want to say real quick too. When you guys saw my Crystal Beast list, I played Grant in the tournament. Is that round 1 we played?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grant did 2-0 me. I did fight through the board a little bit, but he was just very consistent, you know what I mean? And obviously we were playing Crystal Beast, but, that's no excuse. But I was just saying, we had a great time, I think. But, I felt like we had a good interaction, you know what I mean, when I was playing that.
Oh, bro, I mean, I feel like decks that are mostly gas, are really fun to play against each other regardless.
They are, dude.
It's not about, are you seeing Droll, Ash, Imperm, are you seeing the cards that are going to get you a game state that's more favorable for you?
Yeah, and also I want to straight too is I've seen a bunch of comments that a bunch of people are just like, dude, I like Sonny and I like his friends and stuff. My test group, I'm very blessed with my test group. It's very good. We are very good. We are very diverse. None of us play the same deck all the time. I want to state that obviously. You guys have seen everyone play everything on the channel, so I'm just blessed to have a platform that I can show my very good friends off, you know what I mean? So you can continue with that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
And,
I'm glad you're playing that too.
I appreciate it, man. I've had a lot of people tell me that I should really only play this deck.
Yeah.
I enjoy playing a lot of decks. To Sonny's point, I think most of us do, but at the same time,
we switch it up, bro.
It's important to play to know how a lot of different decks work in a diverse format. Pixies, I side this in and out, but when this card comes up, there's so many times people think that they've solved my board. And then they're like, battle phase? I'm like, yeah, starter Pixies. And they're just like, yeah. Or the best one is they do it on attack deck.
Yeah,
and then it'll summon out on attack deck.
Yeah.
And they can redeclare. Or if they choose not to redeclare and just let the attack go through, we can still go to damage count and still activate it.
F. Yeah.
So this card's very good when it comes up. For the spells, Sprite spells, 3 starters and a Smashers.
Yeah, Smashers.
This is pretty standard. We don't play double cross. People are going to ask me why. A, it's a brick. You don't want to play more bricks than you have to. And then B, you're relying upon your opponent to play into the card somewhat.
Yeah.
And this card doesn't do that. This card just says banish that card and this card, non-targeting.
Yeah.
I much prefer this over a double cross. If you play double cross and this, absolutely,
we're not saying
totally
double
fine.
cross is bad, though,
right? But like. No, I mean, there's times when it comes up for sure. I've thought about siding it in the past, but I can't see myself maining it. People argue for the double toad. It's a fair argument.
Whatever, yeah.
It's a fair argument. I'm not going to argue with double toad, you know what I'm saying? But I think this is far more consistent for the deck. Speaking of toad, we play 3 swap frog, And with 3 Swap Frog, we do play the 1 Mirror Mage and the 1 Freezing Chains. This is how you make Totally Awesome.
Yeah.
This is how you get your Omni Negate back. It's also in the case
so
of
blessed, dude.
this card. What people don't think about a whole lot of the times is they're just thinking about you making Toad.
Yeah.
They don't realize that if they just stop you from making Toad, that it's still just another body.
Yeah.
Right. That's the whole idea. That, and a lot of people know how to play against Spright. Right. Is just keep that level 2 body off the board. Well, again, it's much harder to do with this, and especially discarding Angler off of Swap Frog. In my opinion, that's the best combination Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you're getting the Toad in under 5 summons, and you're being able to set up 2+ bodies on the board for full combo, man. And to be able to play through stuff as well. So just insane. We do play the Nimble package. We play 3 Beaver. We play 3 Angler.
Yeah.
We have a lot of discard engines, so we want to maximize that. And then we also play 3 Manta. With it being, we're coming from a very heavy hand trap format. We don't necessarily know how it's going to be now after the ban list. But people are going to be testing out Nibiru. It's going to be out there, and it is currently out there right now.
Have you read Gigantic?
Yeah. And
people still don't know what Gigantic Spright does, and that's crazy to me.
And we're gonna get to that.
We will. I just had to say
it's so
it now.
good, dude.
It is.
Yes,
I just had to say it now.
It's one of those things but Manta helps prevent that because a lot of the times when you have 2 bodies and you make Sprint, that's 3 summons. Sprint's gonna dump Angler. That's gonna be 4 or 5. Some people will just attempt to Nibiru you there to clear your board. This allows you to summon out 2 more bodies from the deck.
Yeah.
And then you're still playing full Spright combo.
Yeah.
So
58 cards is definitely
58 cards, and if you see it, it's just your normal summon for a level 2, and then you get to special all the Sprites.
Yeah.
Or if you have something else to summon that's not a level 2 before that, then that's how you get into the engine.
Very good.
Sprite's great, and then 1 Foolish Burial, just because this is a 1-card starter,
so
full combo in the deck.
Yeah.
It's insane. If you open this card and you activate it and resolve it, you win the game in this deck 90-some% of the time.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so
good. The amount of advantage you get in the bodies, bro, with this deck is so insane, bro.
And then here we go with the boys, dude.
And then, of course, 3 Imset. Playing a horse package in here is pretty mandatory, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't play a horse package and you're not playing the Brave package, okay? If you're just playing like a 40-card build, you're just going to be, your boards will not be as consistent, first off, but then B, your boards will not be as diverse and have as many interruptions. So you're going to see a lot of 2-ups when you play a 40-card Spright deck. And I don't like that personally. I like being able to stack Beaver with Blue, with Jet, with whatever else I can do after discarding for Swap Frog Angler. And it's like, it just gets so insane.
It does, bro.
So the other just non-engine cards we played that for Spright are just insane are 2 Meow Mine. This card is so good.
It is, bro.
It just sucks when you see it multiple times. Like if you see it when you play 3 and you see 2, it just sucks.
Yeah.
Because most of the time that means you're not seeing another way to get to combo. But when you just see 1 and you just see this card additionally plus combo, it's just so good.
Yeah.
And then it adds another interruption on your opponent's turn, another layer of interruption. It turns SP banish into 2 bodies, and then it turns it, the bounce equaling total of 3 if you're able to keep the SP. So SP becomes 3 interruptions. It's kind of insane.
Dudes.
Feeds. And of course we play a Melfi package. A lot of people don't like this. My good friend YGOPD
shout out YGOPD.
has ripped this card on video, and it's like, I get it, man.
Yeah.
When you
Our
see
boy
this
Zach,
card,
you've seen
it
him
feels
many
so
times,
bad, and it hurts. But then, like, when you see this card, you honestly don't mind it.
I fucking love Caddy.
And then you can add it anyway, and so it's even better in that sense. Plus, it equals a Herald, and this card is just insane,
it's just
no matter what.
Yeah.
So, very good. That is the full Spright sort of engine stuff.
Yeah.
And then for the going second stuff, or aka non-engine cards,
the good stuff.
we are playing 3 Fenrir. We are playing then 3 Ash. Playing 3 Droll. Playing 3 Imperm. Playing 2 Veiler and a Mourner. We're playing 12 hand traps total. The reason I'm just not playing 3 Valor is strictly because there's times where Mourner comes up in the interaction, and there's also this burn, so it's a good time option.
Correct.
And I've literally seen people forget and then burn themselves in time with this card, and then they just lose. So it's it comes up and it's nice, but it's also another another way to interrupt. And then the final 2 cards in the main deck are just 2 talents. Pretty self-explanatory there.
Yep.
So 58 in the main. For the extra deck, obviously with the Melfi, we do play the Herald, and then we will also be playing the Melfi of the Forest. This is how you get access to your Melfi package just through level 2s. And then also if a card is bounced, or if a Melfi card is returned to hand, immediately on resolution of that card returning to hand, this will target and negate a face-up opponent's monster, and it cannot attack as well, and that's permanent while that monster is face-up on the field. Not this card, that monster.
Yeah, like the Earth Sky Striker dude or whatever. That just
Again, sadly, with the ban list just happening today.
Yeah, we kind of scrambled and shit. He was already playing this, and then I was just like, yeah, we need the Spright list though. So
this deck has been absolutely killing it. So I feel like people should start playing this deck more anyway. 100%. But it's just really good, really consistent, and I just feel like Melfi is very good. Yeah. Then we have 2 gigantic, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I was gonna say enough said.
We do play a
so
Downerd and a Zeus.
Yeah, for sure.
Just getting all the XYZs out of the way as well. We do play a lot of Xyz in this deck.
You do, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We play 9 Xyz.
Yeah. But since D-Bearer has since fallen out of favor, I feel like it's, fine, right?
D-Barrier, it's fine in this deck necessarily because then you just end up doing combos like SP into IP into the second SP if you play the second SP, or if you're able to end just with the regular Spright stuff and an SP or into an IP. That's 4 or 5 interruptions right there too. Yeah. So you could still play. You can play around Shifter, right? You can play around other things. It's not ideal, obviously. You never want to be Shifter for most decks, but
you can manage.
Sadly, it didn't go on the list again.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Next one though.
Yeah. Toad, obviously self-explanatory. We play the Swap Frog. This is your Omni Negate. We have access to it again. Makes the deck even better. Ends on, again, an additional interruption on the board. Just super, super good. And then when it dies, it adds back a water, a.k.a. Beaver, a.k.a. whatever else you need that's a water. Yeah. Swap Frog. You can do it again if you can get this back. It's just super good.
Would you side Dogwood? If you did side Dogwood, obviously you could add it back too. I'm just saying if you did.
I've considered it.
It's considerable. That card's very good, obviously, but I'm just saying this gives you, the extra.
I would rather have a card like a Droll or a Nibiru that's going to make that immediate impact as opposed to leaving it up to my opponent rather I win or lose to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying if you did, though, you could just add the Dogwood back for the following turn.
But then we play 1 Onib. Onib is really great because you can banish by detaching 1, and it banishes until your opponent's next end phase. The other thing is that it's not like SP where you can't attack directly. You can still banish and attack with Onib. So there's plenty of lines where you can just make Onib, and if you have another body, you Onib, banish it, and then you can go into the SP and banish another card.
Fiends.
Yeah. So fiends, in fact.
Yeah.
A Dark Fiend.
A Dark Fiend.
So we do play that because it's a very good card.
And the OTK with this fuck.
The OTK, the Mosquito, the number of times I do this now.
Yeah, a lot of people still don't know what this is.
It's insane, bro.
Yeah.
And the number one mistake people make, like, I was playing a Raid Raptor guy. And he didn't know about
Gas
this.
Raptors. Yeah, and they just...
And I literally just made this, and he was just like, okay.
Sure.
And I was like, battle phase.
Yeah.
And he was like, uh-oh.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
Whoops.
So I just made I literally started in the battle phase, got another body, and then what?
Yep.
Game.
See you guys later.
Yeah, and it was very hilarious. But that card's crazy good. And then because we play the horse package, we play a Photon Lord. Self-explanatory. For the links, we play 1 Phoenix, 1 SP, 1 IP, and 2 Springs. Because we play so many Xyz, we are going to play 2 Sprint. No matter what, I feel like you should play 2 Sprint.
Yeah, it's like 2 gigantic.
Even if you're not playing the Nimble package and you're still playing the Swap package, like Sprint Dump Mirror Mage equals Toad for you still.
Yeah.
So, still very, very good.
I want to play. Yeah.
So that's the extra deck. Again, 9 XYZ, 1 Synchro, 5 Link monsters. This is not your conventional Sprite deck. For the side deck, real quick.
Yeah, also, he's got a side for this, too. This is the one that he's been cooking with.
This is what I just feel is super consistent. So 3 Solemn Judgment.
Yeah.
Again, adding another Omni Negate, adding a way to just, shut down your opponent. If your opponent has a way of getting around something, just being able to activate Solemn on their droplet just feels insane.
Broken.
So 3 Solemns, 3 Nibiru. Again, super impactful cards. I just want to be able to affect the game state as much as possible. 3 Evenly. This card right now is just so good. It's insane. If Rescue Ace comes back to being extremely popular with the limitations of Snake Eye now, excuse me, I feel like this card even more is going to be more impactful because you're going to be having set 4s. This card is really good against Lab. This card is really good against... there's a lot of other decks that people hate when I see this, plus, the droplet that we also side in. And then the final 3 cards are a single Twin Twister, a Lightning Storm, and the Gamma Burst. This is what gets sided in and out for the Pixies. I keep Pixies in for going first in case I need to insulate. I keep this in going second so that no matter what, I can just summon and then whack.
That card's so crazy too, bro.
You can also OTK. Like, the number of OTKs with this deck is also really insane. People wouldn't think that with smaller monsters.
Well, with Gigantic being gigantic, right?
Gigantic going to 32. Gamma Burst doubling. We're adding 14 to every rank 2, level 2, link 2. The Mosquito. The amount of damage and the spot removal, you can really just go crazy.
Gigantic is Irish, too, because he's doubling, dude.
XD. And then going first, I've put up as many as 9 to 10 interruptions with this deck. So it's insane. So,
brother, I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me showing this again.
I know everybody. Yeah, and I also, we're gonna keep cooking. Also, you guys know that my my test group and stuff, bro. We're working, bro. You know what I mean? We're trying to look at the format. A lot of the decks didn't really get touched that we normally have around here. Shout out my boy John. He was the in-house Snake Eyes player. That deck is still just very... I don't even know what they try to do with that, but...
I think that, honestly, if you want the opinion on it, I feel like it's going to be like Cash, bro. Where there's now that you're just down to so little engine, you're just going to be playing a lot of non-engine, or you're going to have to play it with a second...
They're going to be like, bro, if you draw the Poplar, you have to go the Poplar route, right? But either way, doesn't matter. We'll talk about this in due time.
You might see Cash Snake Eye as like a more consistent thing.
Another one of those. I might Fire King mode. Fire King,
Fiendsmith Cash Snake Eye.
I have a bunch of other stuff coming too. We'll keep cooking. And
absolutely, man.
Brother, appreciate you.
Appreciate you having me on again, bro.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Cheers.